And already going now.
And welcome to Live with Kyle and Alex. Alex, what is popping this Monday night?
Life is popping. It's always popping, and I love it when that happens because there's going to come a time where life won't be popping anymore for each individual, but I love it. I'm going to enjoy it while it's going, you know.
The National Republican Convention started today.
Yes. And I saw also outside of the convention, I saw what Louis DeJoy got into a little problem with one of the ladies talking to him about the postal service. She read him the riot act from one down to the, but a lot of those questions need answers that didn't get answered, I thought.
It's crazy. It's getting down the wire now with presidential stuff.
Yep.
It's coming down November. It's here.
It's happening.
Also, I have a way to cheer up your girlfriend if you have anything.
Now that I want to know.
So here's the story.
Yes.
Venus got a little upset with me. So what did I do? I brought a really big celebrity in. Not even a big celebrity. He's kind of big. It's music. And if you all seen the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh, with Josh Peck and Drake Bell, and I got him to say a little something. So here's Drake Bell, and here's a little video before we get tonight's show rolling.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Venus? It's Drake Bell here, and heard that you just graduated high school. So congratulations on that. And heard that you haven't talked to Kyle for a little while. So we should probably fix that. But, you know, I heard that you're having a little bit of a rough time, and let me tell you, everybody is going through it right now. I mean, with this whole pandemic and the lockdowns and shutdowns and quarantine and all of it is just really crazy in the world right now. So just know that you're not alone, and that everybody is feeling this, and that you are important, that you are special, and you just gotta stay positive. You know, I mean, life is peaks and valleys, and when you're in the valleys, you just gotta keep on climbing until you reach that peak. And so just stay positive, keep your chin up, and you'll get through whatever you're going through. This too shall pass. Well, I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way. If you open up your mind, it's gonna take some time to realize. Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I'd always be picking you up when you're down. So just turn around.
To the good part.
Okay. Oh, that's why. So that does it for that. Alex, we're gonna jump. You can hear it.
So
we're gonna jump right over to the show.
Okay, I was looking for the good part of that tape. I really wanted to see that tape, but we'll hopefully
have a problem with audio right now. Give me a second. Anyways,
okay.
Please welcome Rachael, Goddard, and Paulo, everybody.
Yes, indeed. How you doing?
What's up, guys? What's popping?
What's up?
Hello.
Yes. Do you know, I have to say this. You guys look so good there together. Yeah, it was a Kodak moment when you had your head on her shoulder, and you guys looked so. I was envious. Yeah, like that. You guys had great looks on your face, and I'm like, wow, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. No, but you guys you guys really did look really, really good there. You really did. I had to throw that in. Love you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So, how we doing? You guys doing all right?
Yeah.
I'm doing great.
I'm good.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Hey, if I was doing any better, I'd literally get scared. I mean, I literally get scared if I was doing any better, because I'm doing so good. If I'm dying, I'm going to be doing good. It's great, because it's what happens to you is your attitude about what happens. And I'm not going to let anything make me feel bad, because it's up to the individual how they feel. Anyway, so let's start out a little bit here.
We shall.
Yeah. So, Rachel, I understand you've been acting for a while, huh, Rachel?
I have been in the I guess you could call the entertainment industry since I was about 5. I started out with singing, and then I did musical theater. Then I stopped that, and then I went into film a couple of years ago. So I've been doing music or like entertainment field for a long time. So
what made you get into acting?
Are you talking film acting or theater acting?
Just how did you get into creative arts? All of it.
So basically what happened is I was, and still am, very much of a bookworm. I didn't really like to do anything outside of read. And my mom, actually my grandmother, was the one who first heard me sing. I was very, very young. And she's telling my mom, she's like, we need to start entering her in talent shows and this and that, because she has, for a 5-year-old, she has an amazing voice. So my mom's like, okay. So she started getting me karaoke tapes and stuff like that in order to, have me practice, try to figure out how my range worked and everything else. So it was funny because, again, I'm maybe 5 or 6 years old. I do my first talent show. I do Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. And I swear I thought people were going to just have heart attacks or something, because this big voice is coming out. It was really interesting. And since then, I've just sort of been a part of that industry that I just like the rush of it, the rush of being on stage or on screen now, just because it's incredible to be able to give people that gift of emotions, and especially when you're singing. Sometimes people told me, oh, you give me goosebumps and this and that, and I'm like, okay, that kind of ability to do that is something that I never thought I would be able to do. So.
I think we're having a little bit of an audio thing there. Are you, Kyle, are you all right? But we could kind of breaking up a little bit. How you doing over there, Kyle? How's the audio? All right? Kyle,
you have your microphone off.
Kyle, I don't know. Kyle, I guess he can't hear us. So
oh, sorry. I was trying to do stuff on my end.
Oh, I see. But anyway,
what sort of projects are you on the horizon for acting and writing for you?
So I'm also an author, obviously. Right now, I'm actually more focusing on a couple of things. Acting-wise, we're actually putting together with Kyle a virtual haunt, and it's actually based on one of this guy's stories. And it's going to be really interesting because my original role was not what it turned out to be. It got switched at the last minute. So now I'm going like, okay, now I have to figure out how to act and how to, because it went from kind of small to really, really big in this particular themed hunt. And I'm like, okay, I guess, like, it went from basically 2 minutes to like the whole thing. I'm going, okay, I guess I could do that. I mean, I don't mind it. I love it. It's a great story, and it's a great opportunity to act and stuff, since this whole virus has messed a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And then on the writing side, I actually released my first novella a couple months ago on Amazon, and didn't do as well. But the thing is, I got great reviews, and I sold about 20 or 30 copies in the first 2 weeks. So right now I'm working on it's a book of novellas that focus on strong female leads. And that basically, none of them are really connected, but the only thing that connects them is that particular thing, is strong female leads that take charge in very, very extraordinary situations. And it's 3 different stories for this particular book. And I'm finishing the 3rd story right now. I'm planning on releasing that book either by Halloween night or shortly thereafter. So, and it's going to be on Amazon. And it's going to be both a paperback copy as well as a Kindle edition. So,
okay.
I'm also working on a vampire trilogy too, and that's fun.
And are you biting Paul to get into the vampire mode? Do you for writing? You bite him on his neck? You know, I mean,
no.
I think he's exposing his neck to you right now, so you can get a little research. There you go. There, see, I knew it. looking for that research. Also, we want to talk to you and Paul about a couple of things you have going there, like the haunt and everything. We definitely want to get into that. So, Paul, you're up, because you're coming up in a second here. So get ready.
Yes.
So. Yeah, so you do history, don't you? Do you do history, Rachel? Are you into history at all?
I'm very much into history. Yeah.
That plays a lot into your writing, I would imagine.
Yes, it definitely does. The stories are set in the first book. The stories are set. One is set in the late 1800s. One is set in the 1920s, and one is set in the modern day.
Oh, okay.
Now, the one that's set in the late 1800s is actually based off of a historical event that happened here in Arizona. So, yeah. It's not a spoiler per se, but I will say it has to do with a certain gunfight in a certain mining town in Arizona.
Okay. There's a couple of mining towns here. Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
There's a particular mining town. It's Tombstone, Arizona. Yep. In October of 1881, there was a huge fight, or what was basically blown up into a huge fight. 30 seconds, 30 shots, and 3 men dead. So, and the other 3 men were not harmed at all. Or actually, one of them got his hip shot, but that was about it. Okay. So that is kind of the stepping stone for that first story in that book. And I did so much research for that story. And then with the 1920s the story set in the 1920s. That one is also, a lot of it has references to jazz music and to New Orleans and to Prohibition, especially Prohibition, because that was a big thing from about 1920 to 1930. Yeah. So
Al Capone would love you. Oh, you don't know about Al Capone. You're not too young for Al Capone.
Oh, I know about Al Capone, yeah.
Well, Prohibition, I guess you would know Al Capone.
Yeah. He was something else. That man was something else.
To say the least, he was something else. Yeah, absolutely.
I was being polite. Probably shouldn't be, but I was being polite.
Yeah. But also, can we change gears a little bit and talk to Paul about is it the Klutzy Kitchen? What is that?
Klutzy Kitchen. That is a YouTube channel that started. Yeah, actually, Kyle is helping us with that. He's our videographer, and Rachel and I are the cooks, and we eventually it's going to be every week. Right now, we have the project on hold because we are working on the Halloween thing. But our plan is to every week have a guest cook with us, where we find somebody who has a dish that they cook well. Whether that be pork adobo or whatever the case may be, salmon, and so they would cook something. We would cook a side dish for them, and together we would enjoy the meal together. Their main dish and our side dish together, and that's what we do. We want to do that every week with a new guest, and another thing that we want to do is go to some of the local restaurants and do Klutzy Kitchen Eats, where we would check out food from other places, possibly even hopefully get to speak with some of the cooks or maybe the owners or whoever, so that we can, show people in Tucson, but also around the world, what we have going on here in Tucson. People that cook things that they have been passed down from generations or whatever, in mom and pop stores, not the chains or whatever,
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle, didn't you actually film one of the Klutzy Kitchen shows?
I did. We started, and then like Paul said, we're slowing down right now due to the virtual haunt that we're doing.
Yeah. Speaking of the virtual haunt, let's talk about the virtual haunt. I mean, you guys are doing that in what is it? Kansas? You're doing a virtual haunt, or is that?
It's gonna be all broadcasted here in Tucson.
Oh, it's just virtual, yeah. So it's.
I think Paul and Rachel can talk about that more.
Okay. So Kyle and I had wanted to do something for Halloween since. There's really not much going on here in Tucson for Halloween. And we said, okay, what can we do that, could maintain safety for people not to catch COVID? And so we said, okay, how about a virtual thing? And so I came up with a story. And we're like, okay. And we said, okay, so why don't we film this? We told us doing it live, but it may be a better idea to do it like pre-recorded, but still, we show it to the audience, and it'll just be fun in Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be all virtual, and it's gonna be totally just live on October 30th, and it's gonna be totally interactive, and it's gonna be fun.
Hey, sounds like it.
People are getting scared direct from their living rooms.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yeah.
Paul, do we have any special guests coming up for Klutzy?
I've been working on several guests. Actually, one of the people I've been working with has done some significant writing in the past that you might have heard of. In Star Wars novels that he's written and things like that. We've got a guy who was a guitarist for a local metal band, among a lot of other just friends of mine, personal friends of ours, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm always trying to find guests that have interesting and unique dishes that either they made it themselves or they got it from their mom or dad or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, all right.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How did you guys get involved with scaring people?
Yeah, good question.
Okay. Okay, so Paul can tell the story first, and then I'll tell my side of the story.
Well, I've been scaring people for years. I've worked all the local haunts, Slaughterhouse, Nightfall, Ravenhurst. I worked the Colossal Caves Con, which a lot of people don't even realize there's a haunt at the Colossal Cave every year. And so I've been scaring people for years. I love doing it, and I'm glad to be able to be doing it again this year.
Yeah.
I did the Colossal Cave Hunt once, and it was because a friend of mine had been like, "Hey, I'm doing this. Do you want to come with since you're going to spend the night over at my house?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" It was a lot of fun, and I got kind of a twisted rush out of scaring people on the hayride. and then I was like, okay, whatever. And I was just, back to my normal thing. I met Paul, and I was like, he's like, yeah, I work at Ravenhurst. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, and so they basically put me through the haunt. I got my toe stepped on, but I ended up I got my toe stepped on by someone else who was on the tour group with me. Like, he full on stomped on my foot. And I'm like, okay, that was not pleasant. Big guy, too. And basically, I got into being part of the Ravenhurst haunt after that. And at first, I'm going to be honest, didn't really know what the heck I was doing. But once I got kind of a idea of my character and what she's about, I actually had a lot of times where I had some very, very effective scares. And I also have a little bit of skill in FX makeup. And I did very simple FX makeup, and every single time someone would scream during my part. So it was pretty awesome. I got a lot of sick pleasure out of watching people scream. So I'm a sick individual, but I love it.
You had mentioned the Colossal Cave, Paul, and I'm on the highway, and I don't remember, I think I'm on 10 or something, and I see the sign, the Colossal Cave, and I've been seeing it for a while, and I've been threatening to do the pull-off on the and I haven't made good the threat. But I'm gonna do that turn off at the Colossal Cave. When you said the Colossal Cave, that's the only thing I've seen since I've been in Tucson, and because I haven't been there, but I know that turn off that says Colossal Cave, and I haven't made good the threat.
We should make a picture out of it and go, because I haven't been there for a long time, and it's really cool. So,
okay. Yeah. So now I'm gonna make good that threat. I've been threatening to turn off, but now I'm gonna.
Alex,
yes, do it.
You got any more questions for Paul and Rachel as we wrap up the show? Because our 30 minutes is actually closing up here pretty soon.
Okay, I think I got my Colossal Cave thing in, and I got one other question I want to say to Rachel here. I understand you do camera work. I noticed you were doing some camera on a couple of shows.
Yes, I am sort of a self-taught videographer. I did a wedding of a good friend of mine, and she loved it. And I also,
you've done a lot of self-tape auditions for actors, which has helped them get parts in movies.
Roles, yeah. I've done a lot of that. I've done the wedding thing. I did my own self-tape, which was interesting, to say the least. I basically, I also am gonna maybe possibly do some videography with Fuzzy Kitchen, but we'll see what happens with that. I've done some. I'm gonna be actually. I think I'm gonna be using my camera for the virtual haunted house. So yeah. So no spoilers, but yeah.
Alrighty.
Uh-oh.
Fabulous. Okay, I just wanted to throw that in. I noticed that, but I'm okay. So really appreciate you guys. So Kyle, what do you got anything over there you want to?
I'm all good. You can buy tickets for the Ravenhurst virtual haunt online. Tickets are on sale right now for $5. Visit ramsonlive.com and get your tickets. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun show, and it's gonna be all broadcasted, and you're gonna get scared from straight from your living room, and it's gonna be awesome.
Wow.
Rachel and Paul, appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
And keep that lovely look you guys have there. And you guys, I'm envious of how great you guys look there. And Paul, keep exposing that neck so she can get her research for the vampire thing there. Yeah, I love it. He throws his head back. I love it. God bless. Thanks.
Guys, if you want to also, before I mention every show, but it takes a lot of money to put on this stuff and kind of just make the show happen. So if you want to contribute a nickel, a dime, a penny, a dollar, go to paypal.me / Kyle Ramson. Donate to the show if you please. It means a lot in the world to us.
Thank you so
anything, much. Alex and Abe, anything else on your end? If not, let's shut it all down.
I just want to throw in my extra thanks for everyone that donates and watches the show. If you can't donate, please watch. Tell people to watch. But thank you. And
tune in to Live with Kyle and Alex every Monday and Friday on YouTube at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time. Every Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. And good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks so much.